Hey gang, Kevin here, Life22. Happy Halloween. This is one of hopefully many videos today. We've got the upcoming election. We also have the remaining 3 videos, and this is one of them, of the S.Obergfell controversy at the school board meeting. So after posting the last video about a week ago, we've gotten the remaining 3 speaker footages. So last time we reviewed the last speaker, which was Leo, which if you only watched the internet, you would have assumed that it was the only speaker of importance, or the first speaker, because all the other videos had quietly been removed from the interwebs, and so people had to, had either saved them on their phones or got them from the source of the videos, and so those videos have got delivered to the channel, which is great, which is awesome. So we're going to start with the first clip here, and it should be brief. The speaker doesn't have a lot to say. It's not controversial. Well, it's not that controversial, but and yeah, no, it's very brief. It's like a minute and something. So let's go from here.
Members of the school board, Superintendent Moore. First, I'd like to thank Mr. Moore for getting me on the agenda late notice today at 4:30. Regarding the videos that were posted online, I'll keep my comments brief, as I said on the phone.
Sorry if these sound very low.
I believe it's important for everybody to have a voice and be able to come here and speak. So I do appreciate that. I believe that different people have different points of views. I may place more weight or importance on something than somebody else, even though we won't agree. While I'm not a religious person myself, I do believe in the protection of the First Amendment. I believe a person should be able to follow whichever religion they choose. I try not to make judgments on other people's religions, just as I don't want them to judge me on my choices. Regardless of that, the crucial point that I'm up here tonight to talk about is the fact that, and it's one that I don't really think that you can ignore, being on the school board, is that Mr. Whitcher openly stated that he and other educators have infiltrated the school system with their religion. And that cannot happen in public. Thanks for your time.
So we've discussed this in previous videos. So right there was Eric. I believe it's on the committee meetings. Eric doesn't say anything controversial here. I know Eric. He was a few years behind me in school, and I think he went to Walsh where I went to Olean. So we met, through mutual friends. And Eric was a cool guy. He's raising a family, but I don't think Eric's topic can't. I agree with everything up until that last part, which is where everybody is getting tied up on, is the fact that in their church they said we've infiltrated the school, and everyone uses that as a dirty word. So which is fine. The problem is that the word infiltration is being thrown around like the word insurrection, and I think it's just I think the wording may have been poor on the side of J.Whitcher and his wife, but I think that the word, let's start applying the word infiltration to what has already happened to our school district, right? Like the whole, the fourth speaker's point, every one of the people on the opposing side have already infiltrated the school district. What they've done is they've actually ousted all of. So in public schools, there used to be almost 90% of them were religious people, and then all of a sudden they ousted them, and they would not let religious people become teachers. And if you were, it's like being a conservative or Republican nowadays. You just have to keep your mouth shut. Oh, what's your political view? Oh, I probably same as you. And then you just, oh, okay, great, yeah, you can come in. If you said, oh, I'm a staunch Republican, they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, you just didn't get the job. Yeah, that's happening all over the place, but people ignore that because you can discriminate based on beliefs as long as they're not religious, right? As long as you can't prove that they're religious beliefs that you discriminate against. If you say, oh no, I don't believe with their political beliefs, well, I really don't. If you I don't see how that is any less discriminatory. Oh yeah, no. Oh, I'm sorry. You believe in a religion, huh? You're not secular. Yeah, we're gonna have to let you go. That's what's happening. So to review, obviously, let's stop using the word insurrection. Yeah, we should stop using that word. We should also stop using infiltrate, even though it is, like the ketchup has infiltrated the top layer of the cheese in my burger. It doesn't always have to be like an espionage term. But when you're forced to, like, you will lose your job if anybody knows that you believe certain things in your religious values, or even from your political standpoint, if you have to keep that a secret, in order to keep your job, you are infiltrating the system because they're being discriminated against. Right, that's, okay. So that's, should the word infiltrate have been used by Joel and his wife? Probably not. Is everybody getting in a tizzy over it? Yes, and so let's stop using the word infiltrate unless we're going to refer to the people that are currently there pushing all of the nonsense, at which point they have already infiltrated. See? They're not in the process of infiltrating. They don't plan to infiltrate. They've already infiltrated. They're creating safe spaces in the schools and giving everybody airline pillows in case somebody looks at them sideways. I get that schools aren't like prisons, right? Like, not too much eye contact, not too little eye contact, because that's just, oh, is this person a threat or are they fish, right? Like, that doesn't happen. Oh, that person looked at me too long. Well, maybe it's because you have, like, pink contacts and your eyelashes are, like, 7 feet away from your face, and, whatever else kind of, when I was a kid, people were dyeing their hair pink, and guess what? You stared at the girl with the pink hair. You're like, what the hell kind of hair is that? Is that natural? Because you're a kid. You don't know. It's just odd, right? People put on clown makeup, and you're like, oh, look at a clown. And that's why clowns are interesting, because they've got all these weird colors on them, and you look at them, and then you're like, oh, look at the clown, right? And then if you look at them too long, now you're in trouble for sexual harassment, and you're a child, because you're a child, right? You're in a school district. You're in the school, but now that child who got stared at, who's wearing a getup, has to go to a safe space and cry because they were, like, raped with someone's eyes. It's all nonsense. I'm going down a rabbit hole. This video. So yeah, there's not much to it. Just the first speaker, right? So okay, so that video reviewed. We'll catch you guys here shortly with the second video, and then there's a third video, and we've already reviewed the fourth. So we'll give you a conclusion at the end. Thanks, gang.